Traveling the world has long been a remarkable opportunity, but in 2025, that privilege has become more limited for Americans. Due to rising diplomatic tensions, safety concerns, and evolving visa policies, some nations have decided to restrict entry for U.S. citizens. In this video, we're counting down 10 countries that Americans can no longer visit in 2025. We'll uncover the reasons behind these travel bans and what they reveal about the shifting landscape of international relations. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and tap the notification bell so you never miss our latest content. Now let's jump in. Number 10, Sudan. Once a cultural crossroads in Northeast Africa, Sudan has spiraled into chaos following a power struggle between rival military factions in 2023. By early 2024, the U.S. Department of State issued a Level 4 Do Not Travel advisory, and Sudanese authorities began denying entry to American travelers amid growing anti-Western sentiment and a deteriorating security situation. The ongoing conflict has plunged Sudan into a deep humanitarian and political crisis. Over 9 million people displaced internally, and in a neighboring country's Khartoum, the capital, transformed into a war zone, essential services collapsed, including hospitals, electricity, and water systems. Widespread reports of ethnic violence, looting, and lawlessness. Even seasoned aid workers and journalists face near impossible conditions trying to access the region. Evacuation missions in 2024 were chaotic and dangerous, underscoring the urgency of the situation. For those interested in Sudan's rich history, such as the pyramids of Meroe or the ancient Nubian heritage, these sites are now completely inaccessible. Safer alternatives like Egypt offer glimpses into similar ancient civilizations without the immediate risks. Sudan's collapse serves as a stark reminder of how quickly a nation's trajectory can shift, and why it now ranks among the world's most dangerous destinations for Americans. Number 9, Russia, a major global player for centuries. However, due to escalating political tensions, Russia closed its borders to American travelers in 2024. U.S.-Russia relations have been strained for years, but in 2024, they reached a new low over allegations of election interference, cyber attacks, and espionage. Both nations imposed sanctions, and Russia responded by banning U.S. citizens from entering, citing national security concerns. This ban has significantly impacted Russia's tourism industry, particularly in cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg, which were once popular with American tourists. In 2023, over 300,000 Americans visited Russia, contributing millions to the economy. Now, businesses are struggling to attract visitors from other regions. For Americans with Russian heritage or family ties, the ban is especially painful. Many had hoped to visit relatives or explore their roots, but now rely on virtual connections instead. Russia's decision underscores the deepening rift between the two nations. While the ban hurts tourism, it also highlights the broader geopolitical tensions shaping U.S.-Russia relations. Number 8, Iran, rich in history and culture, has long fascinated travelers interested in ancient civilizations and stunning architecture. However, in 2024, Iran officially banned American tourists, citing political and security concerns. U.S.-Iran relations have been contentious for decades, and tensions escalated in 2024 over nuclear policy and sanctions. Iran's government claimed the ban was necessary to prevent espionage and protect national security. Before the ban, American tourists contributed to cultural exchange in Iran's museums, historical sites, and bazaars. Now, these opportunities are lost. In 2019, Iran welcomed over 1 million international tourists, including many Americans. By 2024, that number dropped to 0. Americans who previously visited Iran recall its incredible hospitality and warmth. Those hoping to visit in 2024 were disappointed, but remain hopeful for improved diplomatic relations in the future. Iran's travel ban reflects ongoing political tensions and the challenges of international relations in a region marked by conflict. Number 7, Cuba, the vibrant Caribbean island with a complex history with the U.S., is next on our list. In 2024, Cuba reinstated its ban on American tourists, reversing a brief period of openness that had allowed increased travel between the two nations. U.S. Cuba relations have been turbulent for over half a century, marked by embargoes, diplomatic standoffs, and fleeting moments of reconciliation. In 2016, the Obama administration restored diplomatic ties, leading to a surge in American tourists eager to explore Cuba's unique culture. However, subsequent U.S. administrations reimposed sanctions, and in 2024, Cuba responded by banning American travelers altogether, citing sovereignty concerns. Cuba's economy relies heavily on tourism, and the earlier influx of U.S. visitors provided a much-needed boost. With the 2024 ban, the tourism industry faces new challenges as it shifts focus to attracting visitors from other regions. According to Cuba's Ministry of Tourism, international arrivals dropped by 20% in early 2024 compared to the previous year. Americans who visited Cuba before the ban often reminisce about its lively music, colorful architecture, and warm people. Sadly, those hoping to experience Cuba in 2024 will have to wait. Ironically, Cuba is famous for its 1950s American classic cars, still running on the island streets. Yet American tourists are now a rare sight. This ban underscores the fragility of U.S.-Cuba relations and how politics can reshape travel opportunities overnight. Number 6, Venezuela, once one of South America's wealthiest nations, has been engulfed in economic and political turmoil for years. In 2024, the Venezuelan government officially barred American citizens from entering, citing national security concerns. U.S.-Venezuela relations have been strained for years, particularly due to U.S. sanctions and support for opposition forces. These sanctions worsen Venezuela's economic crisis, leading to hyperinflation, food shortages, and widespread poverty. In response, Venezuela banned American travelers as part of its effort to isolate itself from Western influence. Even before the ban, Venezuela was considered one of the most dangerous countries in the world, with high crime rates and political instability. The U.S. State Department had long warned against travel there due to risks of kidnapping, violent crime, and civil unrest. The 2024 ban simply formalized what was already an unspoken rule. Venezuela is not safe for American tourists. For Americans with Venezuelan family ties, the ban is especially painful, cutting off visits to loved ones. Those seeking South American adventures now look to safer alternatives like Colombia, Brazil, or Argentina. Venezuela's travel ban highlights the country's deep crisis and the human cost of political and economic collapse. Number 5, Libya, a country in chaos since the fall of Muammar Gaddafi in 2011, is another destination now off-limits to Americans. In 2024, Libya's fractured government, or what remains of it, banned U.S. travelers, citing national security risks. Libya has been torn apart by civil war, with rival factions controlling different regions. The country is plagued by violence, terrorism, and kidnappings, making it one of the most dangerous places in the world. The U.S. had long advised against travel to Libya, but the 2024 ban made it official. The ongoing conflict has caused a severe humanitarian crisis, with millions displaced and lacking basic necessities like food and medicine. The travel ban reflects Libya's distrust of Western involvement and its struggle to stabilize amid chaos. Few Americans have visited Libya in recent years due to the extreme risks. Those who work there as journalists or aid workers describe a country in ruins, its potential buried under war and instability. Libya's ban on American travelers underscores the tragic reality of a nation still searching for peace. Number 4, Yemen, a country with a rich history, has become synonymous with war and humanitarian disaster. In 2024, Yemen's government, influenced by ongoing conflict, closed its borders to American citizens. Yemen's civil war, which began in 2015, has devastated the country, creating one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. Over 24 million Yemenis need aid, and infrastructure lies in ruins. The 2024 travel ban was enacted to prevent further foreign interference and protect both visitors and locals from danger. Even before the ban, Yemen was extremely unsafe for foreigners due to active combat, famine, and disease outbreaks. The U.S. State Department had issued repeated warnings against travel there. For the few Americans involved in humanitarian efforts, the ban is tragic but necessary given the risks. Yemen's ancient cities and cultural heritage remain inaccessible, a reminder of what war has taken away. This ban reflects Yemen's isolation and the desperate need for peace in a broken nation. Number 3, Afghanistan, a country at the center of global conflict for decades, is another place where Americans are no longer welcome. In 2024, the Taliban, now in control, closed Afghanistan's borders to U.S. citizens. After the U.S. withdrawal in 2021 and the Taliban's takeover, relations deteriorated further. The 2024 ban was implemented to prevent perceived U.S. interference in Afghanistan's internal affairs. Even before the ban, Afghanistan was one of the most dangerous countries for travel, with terrorism, kidnapping, and civil unrest rampant. The Taliban's harsh policies have worsened humanitarian conditions, with poverty, food insecurity, and limited healthcare access. Americans who served in Afghanistan, whether militarily or as aid workers, view the ban as a bittersweet confirmation of the country's struggles. The once hopeful cultural exchanges are now a distant memory. Afghanistan's travel ban highlights the Taliban's isolationist rule and the ongoing suffering of its people. Number 2, Syria, ravaged by civil war since 2011. Syria remains one of the world's most dangerous destinations. In 2024, the Assad government formally banned American travelers, citing concerns over espionage and foreign interference in its ongoing conflict. The Syrian civil war has created one of modern history's worst humanitarian crises. Over 13 million Syrians displaced, infrastructure completely decimated, multiple factions still controlling different regions even before the ban. Syria was virtually inaccessible to Americans due to extreme safety risks. The few journalists and aid workers who visited described apocalyptic scenes of destroyed cities and desperate civilians. For history enthusiasts, Syria's ancient ruins like Palmyra remain off-limits. Neighboring countries like Jordan and Lebanon offer safer alternatives to experience Middle Eastern heritage. This travel ban reflects Syria's continued instability and the government's efforts to control foreign influence in its fractured nation. Number 1, Myanmar, Burma. Topping our list is Myanmar, where a 2021 military coup plunged the country into chaos. In 2024, the ruling junta banned American citizens from entering, part of its broader isolation from Western nations. Key factors behind the ban: international condemnation of the military's human rights abuses, violent crackdowns on pro-democracy protest, persecution of ethnic minorities like the Rohingya. Before the coup, Myanmar was becoming a popular tourist destination known for ancient temples of Bagan, Inal Lake's floating villages, rich cultural heritage. Now, tourism has dropped by over 90%, devastating local communities that relied on visitor income. Americans who visited pre-coup remember Myanmar's incredible warmth and beauty, memories that now feel tragically distant. These travel bans create ripple effects across global tourism. Airlines, hotels, and tour operators lose revenue. Cultural exchange, fewer opportunities for international understanding, local economies. Many of these countries desperately needed tourism dollars. While some bans may lift with political changes, most remain firmly in place for 2025. For now, Americans must explore alternative destinations that welcome U.S. travelers safely. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more global travel insights. The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. Augustine of Hippo, where would you still love to visit if borders reopened? Let us know in the comments.